Hello, 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 family. What's going on? It's your man, Russ Mitchell, Homesick Buckeye. I'm back with you. We are here in the new year, hoping to spread a lot of love and cheer to my people far and near because you are so dear. And that's all I got right now on the the rhymes. But hey, are you moving, grooving, steadily improving? Are you living and giving, striving and thriving, family? I want that for you. I hope you're doing that. I hope your new year's off to a great start. I hope you got all the gifts you wanted. I hope you party like it was 1999 out there. And, uh, and I just hope you're doing well. And if you're not, don't worry about it. If you got something going on, hey, push through that thing. Don't let it get you down. It's important that we keep our minds moving forward, keep optimistic. Uh, Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Always remember that. So, anyway, I just want to come on, make a video. Won't be too long. At least I don't plan on being too long. You never know with me. If I get on a rant, ain't no telling. But just wanted to come on, chop it up with the family, say hey, let you guys know how I'm doing, see how y'all are doing. As always, you can like, subscribe, send me a comment or a question. You can email me or put it in the public comments. Share it with folks if you think anything here is worth sharing. And got a couple things to talk about. Have a couple of questions that people have asked. And of course, we had a weigh in, and we'll talk about that. But first, want to just send a shout out to all the wonderful people that I met at the Low Carb USA event this past weekend. It was awesome. I love being out with the family. I love being out with the like minded folks, hearing the stories and just fellowshipping. And I enjoy listening to the speakers and the doctors and the scientists talking about all the wonderful things they're discovering about ketogenic living. So it was just a great time. Got to meet Dr. Bickman, who is, of course, one of my heroes in this keto space. Dr. Westman, Eric Westman, one of the OGs, one of the pioneers of ketogenic clinics and fighting the good fight out there in the medical community, and so many others, so many new doctors that I met. Shout out to Dr. Ovadia. I got to hang out with him, chat with him for a little bit. And all of course, all the friends. Shout out to my girl Tia and Diane and Kathy, Coach Rocks. Just so many. I know I'm forgetting some people. Denise, if you're watching, just all the people that my man Vic and Brian and so many other folks. I know I'm forgetting some folks. Forgive me, but it was just good to fellowship with everybody, talk with everybody, get to spend time, catch up with everyone, and looking forward to the next event, which for me will be KetoCon. I'll be at KetoCon in May, and then the Keto Orlando Summit is in August, I think, either July or August, and then Ketopalooza just got a notification. Ketopalooza, October 11th through the 13th, back in Louisville. So those are the ones I plan to go to. I already have tickets for KetoCon and Orlando Summit. Ketopalooza tickets, I think early bird tickets go on sale next week. So if you haven't been to one of the events, you should come out, fellowship. It's just a great time to be around the family, and it's just a wonderful vibe. I encourage everybody to do it. So that's that. Moving on to questions. Had a couple of people, I think Carnivore Hippos in bikinis asked this question, and someone else, I can't remember, forgive me, about the Reverend I Be Low Carbon and my faith and stuff like that. I am not a religious person. I have to say, to answer that question, I've never been a member of any church. I grew up in the Seventh day Adventist church. Virtually all of my family is Seventh day Adventist. But I never joined the church. I just never was really into religious things, although I have great respect for the church. My father has preached in prisons for probably 40 years now, done a lot of great work there. And so I have a tremendous respect for, the church and for people of faith. I love gospel music. I listen to it all the time and that, but just personally, not so. When it comes to the Reverend and or all that kind of stuff, I try to be respectful. I don't ever talk about God. I don't ever talk about Jesus or prayer or heaven or that. I keep it kind of generic with that because I do definitely respect people of faith and people of all religions and that sort of thing. So that answers that. And then shout out to Sandra McDonald who asked a question. Let me make sure I get it right. Um, she said, Russ, I want to know how you blow ketones. I never cheat. I'm doing 200 push ups daily challenge, albeit from my bench and tabletops. Barkay explained ketones on former fat girl made sense to me. So I'm chucking my pea sticks out as expensive waste of time. Um, so anyway, shout out to you, Sandra. I appreciate you asking the question. Now, look, here's the deal. I am not really that big on on science and information and that kind of stuff. That's not what my channel is. My channel is really more maybe an infotainment at best. I'm really here just to make people laugh and smile and point them in the direction of the scientists and the doctors and people that really know stuff and that can really help them. So I will do my best to just try to help you with the limited information that I have. And I'm happy to try to do that. Maybe it can help you. But again, I'm not really the greatest at all that stuff. I keep it real simple. I just eat my meat, move my feet, stay away from keto treats. That's that's my recipe for everything. But to answer your question about blowing the ketones, I do have a keto meter that I blow into. I don't blow into it as much as I used to because my diet's pretty really good 90% of the time. But I do blow into it about once a week. I do have a link in the description if you want to buy one on Amazon. It measures the acetone levels in your breath, and you know, uh, I don't know how accurate it is, and I don't really care. I just want to blow a positive number. I think it has a range from up to 45, and I don't care whether it's 13 or 33. I just want to see a positive number when I blow into it. And most of the time I do. I've heard that they wear out after a while and you have to replace them maybe every year or so. Not sure. Mine works okay, I think. And that's what I do for ketones, to check them. I've never done a urine stick or a Keto Mojo is one a thing you can do to check blood. With your blood, you prick your finger and check it. You can check your blood sugar and your ketones. But so that's how I do that. So if you want to get one of those meters like I have, there's several different brands and different types. The one I have, I think, costs $50, something like that, and it seems to be working okay for me. But again, I'm not that strict about precisely how many ketones. I just want to know, if I'm blowing anything. And as far as making the ketones, there's a lot that goes into that. Of course, burning fat. You want to check your hydration levels. I found out that you can't be in ketosis even if you're mildly dehydrated, and you may not be thirsty. I had that problem. I was not getting in ketosis, and I was not drinking enough water. And I took actually a blood test for me to realize that I was slightly dehydrated. I wasn't thirsty. I didn't feel bad, but I wasn't drinking enough fluid. So I don't know how much fluids you drink. I'm not sure. Also, I do know that when you exercise a lot, it can in fact raise your glucose levels for a bit. So I don't know when you're checking. I know when I blow into my meter, I get much better. I get a result at the beginning of the day. Like when I wake up, I'll blow, don't drink or eat anything, blow into my meter, and I usually get a good result in the mornings. Later on in the day and in the evening, less so for some reason, whatever that means. Probably because I'm eating, through the day and maybe, I'm in and out of ketosis. I don't know. So maybe when you're testing may have something to do with it too. I don't know when you test with your strips. But I would start with, of course, all the standard stuff. Make sure you're eating enough fat in your diet. Make sure you're eating enough, period, enough calories. I mean, there's several different things. Um, some people fast to get themselves into ketosis. I don't do that personally. Uh, Up to now, I haven't had any problem getting into ketosis except for the period of time when I was dehydrated. I was having some trouble, but I've never had a problem. Of course, I do have a lot of weight to lose, so that may have something to do with it too. But the standard stuff, make sure you're eating enough fat, make sure you're eating enough, period, large enough quantities, check your hydration levels, and then, test yourself at different times of the day. You may be in ketosis, early in the day and maybe not later in the day, especially if you're exercising later in the day. And other than that, that's all I know to tell you. Hope that helps you or at least points you in the right direction. And of course, I wish you the best and good luck, on your path with that. But if you're doing 200 push-ups a day and eating lots of fat and protein, sounds like you're doing the right thing and you're on the right path. So shout out to you and congrats on all your success. So that's all the questions I had this week. Moving on to the last part of this thing, which is the weigh-in I had today. As we talked about in my last walk and talk video, I won't go into the detail because that just stirs up the haters. But suffice it to say that the week from about the 23rd of December until the 1st of January, there was a lot going on that was not keto friendly in my life. So got a little off track during that Christmas and New Year's time. But since New Year's, since about the 2nd of January to today, clean as the board of health, just, doing the right thing the right way. And so I had no idea what the weigh in would be, coming into the 15th. But like I said, it was a tumultuous. Had a little bit of a bumpy flight there that last week, but I had a smooth landing into the new year. And since the new year started, we've been rock solid, doing what we're supposed to do, and on track and feeling great. Also on the non-scale victory side, I tell you, I've had a lot of pain in my left ankle and left foot. It started in around August or September of last year when I went to Keto Orlando. I think that was in August, if I remember right, late August. And I really overdid it. It was a lot of walking, a lot of standing, a lot of kind of physical activity. And at that time, I hadn't been doing it very long, and I just wasn't really ready for that level of activity. And I came out of it, whew, I was crippled. Man, listen, everything hurt but my face, man. I'm telling you, I strained my whole life at that, at that keto. Everything hurt but my lips. I think everything was sore. And my knees, my ankles, my feet, my back. I mean, it was just like I said, it was a lot of exertion. And I came out of it feeling pretty bad. After a couple of weeks, everything was good. I was really, hobbling around for a couple of weeks after that. And my left foot and my left ankle were still really bothering me. They didn't, recover like everything else did. And it even got to the point where I was like, maybe a week later, I was like, if this doesn't get better, I may have to go get it checked out. It didn't feel like anything was broken or it didn't feel like that. It was just soreness and stiffness and, you know, putting weight on it and stuff like that was just kind of tough. But I just, kept it elevated and stayed off of it as much as I could. And it started to get a little bit better. So I just, kept going, but it was nagging. And then I went to the event in October, and kind of the same thing, a lot of walking and stuff like that. When I came back, I was a little sore for about a week, maybe 5 or 6 days. and then it kind of went away. Um, but my left ankle and foot was still hurting and stuff, so I kind of aggravated again. But the good news is, this last event that I went to, I came out of it. Again, a lot of walking and standing and milling around, that kind of stuff. But I came out of it feeling great. I wasn't sore or stiff. Um, and my left foot and ankle were very, very, very slightly, just a little bit of discomfort, and soreness. And since then, it's been really good. So I'm hoping, I think I've turned the corner on that, which is good because I can be more mobile now. I tell you, it's rough when you got a bad wheel. It's kind of hard to get to stay rolling when you got a flat tire. So I'd rather have another. And I'll tell you, I'd rather have a toothache than have a foot or an ankle, problem or a knee problem because it's just tough to get around, and it's tough to be mobile. But I think I've turned the corner on that. I feel great. I'm virtually pain free in that, so I'm excited about that. But moving on to the weigh in. Today, I weighed in at 500 pounds on the button, 500 even. So up 2 pounds from my last weigh in. I weighed in at 498. I was out of the 500-pound club. But again, had a little bit of a rough patch there at the end of December into the new year. So we're up 2 pounds to 500 even. But I feel good about that. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. And I can tell you one thing, family. I guarantee you I weighed more than that on the 1st of January. I guarantee you I did. I'm just sure I did because, like I said, I got a little off track. But like I always tell you can't worry about that stuff. You got to get back on track. You got to pick yourself up. When you fall down, get up. You only got to get up one more time than you fall down. That's it. Just one more time than you fall down. And you can't let the little things get you down. Get back on track, get back on that keto road. And that's what I did. So I finished up the month strong. Like I said, 500 on the button. And we're going to stay after it. We're going to keep doing what we're supposed to be doing. Um, and we'll see what happens. You know me, whatever happens, I'm gonna be okay. It could have been 505, 505, 510. I'd have still been all right. Just gotta, focus, regroup, and I've done that and hit the new year strong. And we're gonna keep the momentum going, and we'll see what happens here at the next weigh in February 15th. We'll do it again and see what's going on. But I feel good about it. I'm a little bit more mobile now that my foot and ankle problem, um, you know, has seems to be resolved, and I don't have a lot going on, for the next several months. Winter time is kind of slowed down. Don't have a lot of family coming in. Don't have any vacations planned, anything like that too much. So I should be able to stay on track pretty easy, and that's what we're going to do. So there you have it with the weigh-in results, with the questions from the family, and also the shout outs to all the Low Carb USA event folks that I got to meet. So that's all I got for you today. Once again, I want to encourage you. I just want to let you know that you can do it. I know you can. Maybe you're like me and had a little bit of turmoil during the holiday seasons, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you were strong through that thing and just powering through. That's wonderful. That's great. But if you have a little setback or a little bit of troubles, don't worry about it. Life is full of them. Life is full of challenges, full of disappointments. That's just what life is sometimes. But you got to just keep moving forward, keep your head in the game, and you know what you got to do. Get it done. And I want to encourage you to do that today. And as always, keep moving and grooving, steadily improving. Don't worry about perfection. Worry about progress. Keep living and giving, striving and thriving. And as always, we wish you all the best, and we'll see you on the next one.